I'm Emil Grifford for the United States of America. When I was merely a young child between the ages of newborn and 4 years old living in New Orleans, Louisiana, I had no idea that my life would change from being an American person to an American expat. I was a mild-mannered, curious little child going to a Montessori school in New Orleans. Then, after a few years of toddler education, my parents told me we were going to live in another place. A few days after my 4th birthday, I went with my family to Houston, Texas as part of my father's job. When I got there, I just hung around until the house was finished decorating, then went out to school and to meet other children my age. I was only 4 at the time, so I made friends quickly at School of the Woods pre-kindergarten class. 1 year later, my parents moved me to Valley Oaks Elementary, where I made much more friends that I still keep in touch with today. When I was halfway through 3rd grade, I received news that I was moving to China. During our time there, we went on countless trips around the same places to learn about the history of China, and I was not happy about this. Now that I'm older, I found that the trips were educational enough for me to know what the terracotta warriors were and what kind of pandas there are left. Before I finished 6th grade, the highest grade in the school, I was informed that we were moving to Qatar soon, but first to Japan. When I heard this news, I was now 11 years old, I got nervous for the first time when moving. A month after I turned 12, I got on the plane to Tokyo, Japan, and I was surrounded in much more business and countryside. We had to spend at least 2 months in the Royal Park Hotel in our new home city, Yokohama. While at the Royal Park Hotel, I enjoyed spending time in the stores located in the Landmark Plaza and going up and down the fastest elevators in the world. The pain of this was having to get up the first day there to go to the orientation at Yokohama International School. The day after that, I had to start learning there with a bunch of people who thought my accent was hilarious and teased me for it. I tried to fit in, but my soccer skills led me to believe that I was the one letting the team down most of the time, and the attempts at interaction were common, but I ended up getting excluded. A few months of this later, I made one friend who liked almost everything I did, and for some reason after that, I was able to get more involved with everyone's conversations, and this friend was another outcast. I went through a full year at the school before I made a second friend I could trust, but throughout the rest of the year, everything went alright. I ended up doing more outside of my neighborhood, like going to school for gatherings and going out to the Landmark Plaza. The most commonly visited place for me was the Yokohama Country and Athletics Club, or YCAC for short. The YCAC had billiards, a bowling alley, some tennis courts, a soccer field, half a basketball court, a restaurant, a library, and a swimming pool, all around the same area. I met some people while hanging out there that I got along with, most of them from YIS and some from St. Moore International School, a rival school to YIS. I was usually a loner and was on the edges of groups when it came to photos, and that gave me the identity as a lonely person. I was rarely with others and participating well with them, but my lack of stimulating conversation was one of the most annoying things for my classmates. I entertained myself by watching humorous videos on the internet or on a DVD of mine, therefore resulting in constant unrelenting monologues coming from my mouth that made no sense to anyone who hasn't watched the original video. By doing that, I was usually left alone. 2 years of living in Japan was hard to continually adjust to, and today I'm a student at the Qatar Academy in Doha, Qatar, still trying to adjust to the environment. It's unbelievable to me that there are many people here that enjoy listening to the funny way you talk but not interested in what you say, how many people make fun of my name, and how many Arabic students there are in an international school. I would like to fit in and not be constantly bombarded with questions like, "What's your name? Where are you from?" or "What are you doing?" and teasing about my unique and easy to make fun of name. These questions have me with barely anyone I can really trust in the class or the school, and I'm fine when I ask those I can trust to help me. I feel that if I stay here long enough to know everyone in my grade, I'd be more into hanging out with others my age as I did before leaving Japan. I'm still not too into doing activities with other people, but if I find something I'm interested in, I could work on hanging out without having nothing to do. I'm not social anyway, so it'll be a bit of a challenge. And I just like challenges. I guess if I'm interested in the activity, I could give it a try.